All right, group 3, Wednesday practice. Mark roundings here. Can you guess what I'm going to say? Do you see how wide that mark rounding was, where the big hole is? I think sometimes it's a little easier to see. Here's a mark rounding. I want to see those jibs flapping. These are the kind of things we're looking at when we see that you're rounding. Your jib should be coming in, your main should be coming in. Here's a roll tack. You can see it started to execute okay, but kind of fell apart at the end there. You need to get the flatten. You need to get those sails tight to get the power out of it. We can see boat 5 there, how long it took them to come up. We see boat 7 here with a much better rounding. You guys can go back and forth on that. See how boat 7 here came across. They got a flatten out of it. Maybe a little wide, but they got some good power coming out of that turn. And look at boat 5 over there. Boat 7's almost ready to overtake them. Coming downwind here, I hardly see anybody in a downwind gear. The boat should be leaned up. That rail should be in the water. Not happening there. On this one, I want you to pay attention to the tiller as they go around. The tiller was okay, and now it's 90 degrees to the boat. It literally is stopping the boat. It is very, very slow, especially in light air. You got to pay attention to that. Boat 13's coming in wide, and they're probably going to have a similar situation. They seem to be in control of that tiller, but you'll notice at the end there, that tiller will probably jam over. So you've got to get used to that feel about how far you can push that. And we've got boat 24, sail number 2 coming through there as well. So this one, I want you to think about this setup that's coming here. We got several boats coming in, and we always talk about that hole that exists there on that right by the mark because people are rounding tight. Had the inside boat been able to take advantage of that, they probably would have jumped in that hole. So here we are rounding up. The main and jib came in pretty good on this one, but look at that. Look at that big hole that is left there between the mark and the boat that just rounded. So boat 7 should be looking to take advantage of it. And my goodness, they did. Look at that. Okay, we got another leeward mark coming in. We're rounding up. Look at the jib flapping. Those are the kind of things that we've got to take care of. Look at that big hole that was left from the previous video. You should have shot into that hole. Now we've got a stack up of boats coming here 3 wide. What do you think is going to happen? 1, 2, 3. Are they going to get pinwheeled out? Or are they going to slow down and try to shoot the gap? The answer would be shoot the gap. So here we have several boats coming downwind again. I'm not sure what I had in that video. We've got a close-hauled boat here that's tracking pretty nice. Actually, these 2 are doing pretty well. Downwind gear again. We notice that we have none of the boats in an actual downwind gear. Boat 8 tried for a minute, but nobody's in a downwind gear. The rail should be in the water. There we go. A little bit more it would have been there. So when you're going downwind, it's slow to be flat like that. You want to put that rail into the water and try not to bounce it around, but hold it. So here we go again. You can see how flat these boats are sailing. They shouldn't be sailing like this. This person's rear end should almost be in the water. Similar situation here, hull 5, starting to heal up a little bit. In these situations, you know, the crew take care of the boat, skipper sail the boat.
See, look at that big gap you left. Look at that.
Here we're going downwind, and we can see, you know, other things that we see here with the crew to try to get those sails drawing. It's so important to get those sails drawing. That's your power. That's what's going to take you downwind.
Downwind gear. You know how to get the boat rolled up? Roll the
Similar
boat up.
situation here.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
We need to heel the boat up. We saw that mark rounding at the top there.
There you go.
Jamming the rudder again, really slow and pinching really hard to that mark. Don't be afraid to let the jib breathe too. When I say let the jib breathe, I mean let it out. Let it balloon out as far as it can. The further it's out, the more projected area it has and the more wind it's going to catch. When you hold it in tight, you don't take advantage. So boat 14 there I wanted to show did a pretty tight mark rounding. I think that was Eric. He did a pretty good rounding, nice and tight to the mark. Boat 12 here, tell me what you think is going to happen. My goodness, there was a hole there.
Jibs out, downwind gear, guys.
So I'm putting these in there, not to make fun of any of you guys. Hopefully you're finding yourselves in these videos and you can start to visualize what I'm talking about from the coach boat. Because this is my vantage point. This is what I get to see, and you unfortunately can't see that from where you're at, but now you can. So here, I think we're going into a roll tack. You can see the jib flapping, Main flapping, missed opportunity on that one. That one was a little better roll tack there. Jim came across a little bit late. We just got to work on those. When I say tack 3 or 4 times up the lake, this isn't a race. You're not getting points. You're trying to improve your skills. Like boat 2 there was a pretty flat tack. Didn't really take advantage of the tack and get the power out of it. Here we got boats pointing to windward. Not too bad of a roll tack there. So here, girls, one thing as you come across, I want to see you have that main sheet, and you've got to be aggressive on that main sheet. Boat 8 got an inside shot on you because they're more aggressive. Once again, you guys are slow on those main sheets. When you go around that leeward mark, you have to be aggressive. The main sheet should be in your hand right now, and you should be ready to start sheeting as you come around. So it's just something to keep working on so you can accelerate out of those turns. A little bit slow on the flatten there, missed opportunity, and we can see we didn't have the main sheet and we're fumbling with the tiller. Similar here, so when you're doing the rounding of the coach boat, you can see Monica there had the main sheet as she came across. It's more of what I want to see. I want to start seeing these mechanics just organically happen. See Jamie came up, no, he missed the main sheet there too. So as you come across, try to have that main in your hand and then switch off. Especially for your laser sailors, you should be familiar with that.
There we go.
We look here, I think we're going to go into a mark rounding. Jamie looks like he's overstanding a little bit.
All right, Bridget, all right.
Into downwind gear here. Got to get the sails drawing, want to get the boat heeled. Went into a jibe. Okay, we were rounding the coach boat there. So this one here, once again, look at that big gap that was left there. That's what I keep talking about with the gap. That's why you want to go high and inside. When you have rights on that mark, take advantage of it. Do a nice rounding and don't leave a hole there. From the boat following behind, assume there's going to be a hole there. You can always dive downwind of them or dive below them. But assume there's going to be a hole there and try to take advantage of that. You can see there again, there's going to be a large hole available. You can see boat 13, how they didn't get on the wind. Boat 7 did. And boat 7 took advantage of the inside. We got a little bit of a flatten coming out of attack there, and you can see how the boat accelerates. That's what you're looking for out of those tacks. So more work on Monday. Look forward to seeing all you guys.